Hey, y'all. Wonderful morning from the studio above the clouds. We're going to jump back in here. I'm going to work on the battle scene from book 2 of the Storykeeper's Daughter. Been working on it for a few days now, several days now, because it's a big one and it's got some detail and whatnot on it. So we're going to dive back in, dried a good bit what we worked on before. And we're going to spend this fine Friday morning working on dwarves on war goats. So that's going to be, what a cool way to start a Friday morning. Dwarves on war goats, dude. So I'm going to point you guys down towards the painting so that you have a better look at it. And this is just an in the studio session, so you're just hanging out while I paint. I'll talk to you sometimes I don't. I just space out and I paint. And so that's just what we're doing. And I'm going to be working on this dwarf first, and then I'll go over to this guy, and then we'll start patching up the rest of this and doing detail. I don't know that I'll get to that in this session, but that's what we're working on. So let me move you around so you have a better vantage point of what I'm actually working on. There you go. That's what we did yesterday, was worked on the Telenuth over here. And this is the dwarf on the war goat. Nothing like a war goat. Let's dive in. Let's do this. Da, da, da. All right. So first things first, I want to, well, actually need to do him. So I need some skin tone. Dwarves, he's kind of ruddy. All right. So that's going to be first. It's probably what I need to do first. Okay, so that's first and foremost. Let's move on over here and get that mixed up. I'm just going to mix on this because it's already dry from yesterday. It's messy. I am using the last of this container. It is down to drip drops. I might actually just end up turning it upside down in an empty bucket here in a couple to let the last of it drain out so that I can use it. Waste not, want not, you know. We don't do that around here. Waste, that is. Or I try not to. It happens sometimes. Grabbing a bucket. Hey, ooh, I'm also knocking things over, apparently, while grabbing a bucket. Ta-da. All right, we'll let that drain out. That means I am opening a new one here shortly. Ta-da. Little brush. Let's see. I think I want to give him some detail that's going to like stand up before I get in and do too much brush work, which means I want some markers. Let's bring some fine tip markers over into the fray. All right, that's good news. Now, get something that will actually show up underneath the paint. There we go. That helps give me something to follow a little bit better. And I like the way it pops through. I like to use, you hear me say this a lot on these, I like to use a little bit of Sharpie to pop through some color on these. And then I'll come back actually again and do a little bit more on top a lot of times to give it some neat layer. You'll hopefully see, I think sometimes it shows up better in person because of the amount of depth and the layers and the three-dimensionality of some of these. I think that they show better in person, but I think you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. There we go. That's a good color. Whenever we finish this up, I think you'll note. But we'll see. This will be a good test of how much you can really tell. Because a lot of times I don't feel like you can very effectively. Ooh, okay. So obviously this is a pen that needs to get tossed. Because it is not drawing all that well. A little bit. Are you one of those people that keeps dried up pens? I'm one of those people that for some reason is like, maybe it'll work next time. It won't. It didn't work this time. Probably not going to work next time. But I get it. I do. Because I do it too. And that actually is doing a little bit more. So that's probably why I kept it all this time. Something's happening. Something. He does, in fact, have on a blue cape. So that is the reason that is now in tatters. Let's see what else I want to do there. I think I want to do the goat's horns that I need. Oh, that's what I need right there. Perfect. Oh, yeah. The funniest goat face ever. I don't know about ever. I haven't seen every goat face ever in the world. But it's a pretty hilarious goat face. I'm just saying. Looks like he's been in the happy cabbage. You know what I'm saying? This goat's feeling no pain. War goats. That madness that I'm calling a face is going to have to, things are going to have to happen there. And they will. They will. Confidence. All right, war goat, you need a little more over here. That's a little better. All right, I need a brown that I'm not seeing right here. I'll be back. I have a whole big old shelf of these. Because anytime I see Sharpies on sale, I have to buy them. There's a yellow. I want that one. I want that orange. All I need is this orange and this brown and this yellow. And that silver. No, not that silver. But I do want that bronze. Thank you. That's cool. None of those. One of those. Thank you. One of those. Oh, all of those. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. All of those. And one of those. And I'll come back for those. Okay. Ta-da. Choices. We like choices. Okay. All right, I think that gives us a base to start with that I'm okay with. And then we can work from there. Let me just check one thing here. Nah, too dark. It's not going to be... Yeah, it's probably... This might... Let's see. That might be good. Smearing a little. Let's see what I can do with it. No. I don't know if that's going to work quite well. I'm committed now, baby. So I'll do that. Yeah, this might work out okay. Kind of like it. I kind of like it. Yeah, it might actually be okay. All things considered. Let's do a little apricot action here and see what we come up with. I really like the dwarves. They start to make a decent showing in book 2. They really make a good showing. I mean, I think they make a better showing or a more personal showing in book 3. The dwarves are cool. They're neat, I think. Loyal. You know, I play into some of the stereotypes, certainly. But I hope with some fun twists and some originality. And they're just they're cool. I don't think they take themselves too seriously. They're fun. And I mean, war goats. Come on. Come on. probably just needs to dry before I try anything else. I'd really like right there. Come on, you can do it. Right there. Right there. And right there. All right, that's good for now. So now we do the next part. What do I want it to be? Oh, carbon black, I think. Let's just go with that. Okay, next piece down. Take some. All right, now we start mixing. Add a little bit of blue. I know that sounds weird. Blue. What? Blue steel. A little glitter, because glitter makes it bitter. And then a little bit of luster black. And mix her up. Pull her over so you can actually see that I'm mixing. And we do get kind of a blue steel. Blue steel. Give me the face. Okay, and we will use that. I think I would actually rather, I can mix that again. I'm going to use that right here. Blopping. We're blopping. I'm blopping. Yes, indeed, I'm blopping. And I'm going to match it over here. Blop, blop. go. And then what I was thinking was that I kind of wanted that to match some of the things in the boots. So I think I'm going to make that match. I'm so glad you guys can't see my face while I'm doing this. Really, I don't care, but I'm making the funniest faces. And I realize it sometimes, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm making the funniest faces. And then I'm like, oh, God, the camera's not on my face. Hey. Concentration faces. What am I going to do faces? Or sometimes I realize I'm thinking about something else. And I'm like, oh, I've been thinking about a conversation or something I need to write or a story or something. And I'm like, my head has been so far away. And then I'm like, oh yeah, they can't see my face. They can't see my face. Maybe I should. Like, holy crap, what is on her mind? You don't care. All right, so there's that color. So now let's mix up something else. We'll do some more blue, even more. Blue, 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 blue. Black, a little bit. Can you see that? There. And glitter, 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 more glitter, more glitter. And let's get some of the glue substance in there. What a mess. And mix it up without losing too much. I think this is actually going to be the breastplate, but we'll see. It all depends on exactly how the collar comes out. But I think I'm going to jump the order and make this the breastplate. Yes. A little bit more of this. All right, let's change this color just the slightest bit. More glitter. All right, and now I'm going to change it up a little bit more. This time I think, oops, that was the microphone. The shoulder piece isn't actually in because his shoulder is back. So it's not actually showing in the piece with his axe up. But I'm going to do it anyway, the same color. Do I want to add blue? I don't think that's what I want to add to this. To make it pop. I guess more glitter. More glitter is better. When in doubt. Oh, I think I'm going to need more of the paint. Medium. Go. that. It's a bit more than I meant to put right there, but I think I can work with it nonetheless. Ah. Cool. Okay, I like it. And I will change this up just the slightest bit for the next part. A little more blue. All right, I don't know how much you all can even tell that that is three-dimensional. It's very, very three-dimensional, which is how I tend to like to paint. I like the stuff to stand out from the canvas, and it tends to be stuff that, as opposed to art that you're not supposed to touch, it tends to be stuff that you want to touch, and that you're kind of encouraged to touch. It's very texture based, I guess. Although some of it does leave glitter behind on your fingers, so there's that. You always have to be prepared. You will be glitterified. At least for a while, then it stops. In theory. Here, I'll bring you closer. There you go. Just mixing up a little bit more because I kind of ran out of the mix-up. Ooh, that was too much blue. But I can work with it. I can work with that. I don't need it super thick back here where the goat's mane is, because a lot of it's just going to get painted over. Basically, anywhere I don't want to do armor, it's going to be fur, just a lot of fur. So, prepare for fur extravaganza. Of course, fur isn't exactly fun either, so. Fur is fun. It's all fun. It's all fun and games. This stuff is not serious. I like the way that came out. So what do we want to do? We want to do that. And then that. And I think we're solid. Okay. We're going to codify the rest of it. And then that stuff is packages on its packages. Packages on its packages. Get a little more black in there. Doesn't take much. I feel like I'm being stared down by that goofy goat. I'll get to you, man. I'll get to you. Oh, that's a lot of glitter. That's a lot of glitter. Look at all that glitter. Things happened. wipe off that paintbrush a little. It's getting, okay. Kind of losing control of the situation. But now I can come back. It's a bit more control. Can get the last bits of useful medium here. Not waste any. Not about wasting. Not about wasting. Wasting is expensive. And it's wasteful. All right, there's one more little bit. A little detail I wanted to get on there if I can. I just need a little more if I can snag it. I got it. Not quite the arch I wanted it to be. Any more I can steal from here. Really, without messing it up. Come on, dude. There's got to be more that's wet here in this tray. There we go. I really am just perusing this tray with the paintbrush, looking for any little gooey bits that are left. Gooey bits. Sounds like something they'd say in the Mummy movie. Looking for gooey bits. Juicy. They actually use juicy. It's such a great movie. He's still juicy. Yeah, that's how I wanted that. Cool. Okay. Let's see if I can get one more. Keep pushing it. Keep pushing it. Can she do it again? Yes. Okay. Oh, my friendly little goat. Oh, my friendly little goat. Well, before I do the goat, I need to do the cape. I really am just doing the cape because it's a great way to put off doing the goat. Oh, Goaticus Maximus. Buddy. Oh, goaty goats a lot. It starts to sound like kale. Sure maps a lot. Oh, Lord of Contours. Let's do a little bit more right. Hit that with a little brown. So let's re-hit it with a little glitter. I like that. Okay, that's good. And then I can put some glue on that to raise it up a little. And those will be some nice in the background boxes. All right. All right. Capity capes a lot. Ooh, I get to open a new thing of Mod Podge. Oh my god, gallon. 1 gallon. Weightlifting. Smack. All right. I haven't opened a new one of these in a hot minute, so this is fun. I'm going to put the blue directly on here versus mixing on the palette just for giggles because I want to. There we go. And there's tons of white glitter on here already because this is where I want white glitter crazy. So I'm gonna just take some of that more of that with me. Ooh, drippy drippy. And that should probably be more than enough. I think I hear someone in the driveway. I definitely hear someone in the driveway because now I hear the dogs barking too. This is the barkiest, noisiest house. Oh yeah. It's Jessie making a pit stop. I guess it is noon. And the dogs are still going crazy. You gonna take bets? They're gonna come up for a visit here in a minute. Oh, don't bet against me. They're coming up the steps already. Actually, I think it's just Jessie coming up the steps. Ooh, 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 I just put my finger in the. I put my finger in it. I put my finger in it. I put my finger in it. Hello, Jessie. Hey, 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 hey. All right, guys, I'm going to stop and talk to Jessie and see what's going on. And I will jump back on here in a couple. I'm going to keep on working, but I'm going to see what's what. It's noontime, but I'm going to keep working on this. I'm going to catch up with him for a few, and then I will be back around shortly. But we did about we've done an hour and 30. Holy cow. Time flies when you're having fun, folks. But I'll be back around and I will see you in a few so that we can finish up. Oh my God, the goat. We'll come back for the goat. Get your goat here in a couple. So have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll get you goat here in a few. So I'll see if I can end this dream. Weirdness. It's giving me code, but not giving me the choice to end.